Welcome to your cosmic energy tune-up. This is the Peace Dealer. Skirt. In this Libra season 2024 edition of the Cosmic Energy Tune-up, we are about less than 6 months away from one of the most profound rabbit holes I've ever seen astrologically in alignment. I haven't really seen that much alignment, but it does look like one that would be. I'm talking Saturn, Neptune, North Node, Moon, all in Pisces near the beginning of the year. The experience of your time shifting and more synchronistic moments, maybe more or less. But given that we're getting ready to cross the eclipse gate, that's going to facilitate the literal end of the world as we know it, we are going to take a slightly different approach to this. We right now are in a magical portal of this cloud with our consciousness focused, but commingling. You're welcome to comment where you're representing in 3D and or in spirit. And as the dealer here, where you're sitting at a table right now and you're holding in your hands a cards, a whole deck of cards, and these cards represent your relationships in your life. See Libra season edition. So with this being said, let me share with you the program. If you agree with this program, then you, of course, can play in. If you don't agree with this program, you could fold and kind of come back to this tune-up in 25 minutes from now, 25 minutes from now. Here's the program. Basically, you're going to give me all of your cards. You're going to surrender all of your relationships, should you choose to play. And then we're going to tune you up in preparation for this eclipse. It's really, we're guiding you through this. You're the one doing this. But you have the advantage of 70 plus other people here, which will be exponentially, let's say, expanding your intentions, whatever you want, really. And then once you leave this broadcast, right, you can share an intention in preparation for the new moon. You know the deal. You know the deal. The relationships you have chosen to surrender are going to reintroduce to you, because through this tune-up with the intention here, which this is a clapback edition. We're going to do the non-consent ritual, new moon in Libra. So this is a mandatory clapback edition, which is the purpose of surrendering your cards. This eclipse is unlocking the next version of your character that you're going to bring into the next world through the end of this one. That might be aligned with who you've been your whole life. That might be so night and day from who you've been your whole life. We want you to surrender your relationship cards so that through this tune-up, we're putting the clap back, not lay around you, signal, and anyone who's meant to move forward with you is going to reintroduce through this eclipse. And you may find maybe some of those relationship cards are secret agents that with this clapback wave, you are going to expose those ulterior motives. That doesn't even mean that these people are bad. We're not saying are they good or bad for you, as much as do their intentions get in the way of your intentions? Are they against you? Whether they mean well or not. Okay. I'm presupposing that through this tune-up, you of your own volition And in tandem with this eclipse, you're going to unlock this greater integration of evolution. This is the last point of integration to Jupiter that until it goes into Scorpio. And basically, through this tune up and portal, you're going to level up and you're going to come out of this portal. And now it's like a time skip, right? So the way people who you submitted, and I will, for those of you who just joined, I will repeat this. For whoever you surrendered, it's going to come back. All right. Not in new form. You're unlocking your new form that you activated in April. You're going to harvest it. So we're doing this tune up right now to just kind of beforehand accelerate the process. How are we accelerating the process? For those of you who have just joined, I am your host, the Peace Dealer. You are now in a magical portal. If you think you're using a device to tap into a collective space where certain people from all over the world are chipping in and paying attention. You're literally quantum superpositioning my existence right now. This is why you summoned me here. So we're going to play a casino game as the Peace Dealer. If you've just joined, right? The intention for this tune-up, normally I just jump into the tune-up, but the intention for this tune-up is a clapback edition, a mandatory clapback edition. Since April, you've activated a new version of your character, and you are harvesting 6 months worth of personal evolution like you do every year. But this year, you're getting ready to take this unlocking of the next version of yourself and take it to the next 20, 30-year era. And that presupposes that we're walking away from the previous 20, 30-year era. As you see, you don't need me to tell you, like everything has been kind of changing, which is very vague to say, but also very specific. So before we go into this rabbit hole, I want you right now to think of all the relationships that are important to you. It doesn't have to be that specific. It could be vague, but what are relationships that are important to you? Okay, I am your dealer. What you're going to do is you're going to give me your whole deck. You're going to run your cards, and then we're going to tune you up. This requires Venus and Scorpio trust. I want you to feel the feeling of surrendering that, okay? And then you're going to get those cards back once you walk out of this portal, once you leave this broadcast, okay? The way you've entered this broadcast, you're not going to leave the same. You're in here with some heavy hitters, and we're going to cast very powerful intentions. So this clapback spell is going to balance and bring to the surface any ulterior motives that individuals have against you, your society has against you, and the whole world has against you. Okay. Against doesn't have to even be a bad thing. It could be minor to major, but we got you. Okay. And the relationships that are going to align with where you're going, they're going to be reintroduced since you submitted those cards. Boom. All right. So if you are ready, please hand in your cards. And after we do this tune-up, we're going to do a mini pick a card reading, and we'll do the standard 3-card checkup. But for those of you who have surrendered your cards, oh yeah, we're bringing max cringe with this. This is, as you know, we do the cringe here, but like real shit. Okay, that was funny. So, but real talk. No, but for real. No, but for real. So the focus, okay, and the intention you want to go in with, for those of you who surrendered. Once again, what you're doing symbolically is you're taking important relationships that exist in your life right now, and you're surrendering it through the act of giving in these cards to the dealer. Okay. Then when I start the tune-up, you're going to set an intention towards the relationships you want. And the way you're going to do that is not by thinking about the type of people you want in your relationships, but the person who you want to be with other people in relationships. So just focus on that the whole tune up. You're going to leave this broadcast tuned in that vibration. And because clapback intention, the way people are going to be approaching you through this eclipse is going to reestablish what you've activated. It's nothing that we're doing for you. We're just like a car wash tuning it up. But this is all you. All right. So for those of you who have submitted your cards, I have not seen what these cards are, but congratulations. Okay. But I haven't seen what these cards are, but the underlying theme is the sun. I knew it. Congratulations. All right. All right. The underlying theme here moving forward is joy. You're the main character. You know the main character very well. Oh, okay. So the underlying theme with that surrender comes joy, because you're now tapped in to the plot of events. So you have crazy plot armor, wild, but like, you know that what is for you is for you, who is for you, and who you're for. I don't want to say can't be missed, right? But I will say is always aligned with the light of your spirit and joy. So just always go in that direction. There's something more I want to say here, like a congratulations feeling. It's tied to the surrender, okay? Like being able, I'm not saying to just let go and walk away from these relationships, but imagine those are the cards and you're surrendering them so that they can match where you're coming to a tune up, right? Or not so that they can just upgrade, but so that what may be with them may be all right. I don't know what that means, to be honest, but that's what I felt to say. All right. So the light here, I feel like, is joy. Now that there's extra room, that whatever cards took space came through. This is for everyone. For those of you who surrendered those cards right now. Okay. So now what do we get with the surrendered cards? Oh my goodness. The sun and the moon. Y'all see me shuffle, bruh. The sun and the moon. This is the alchemical signature for God. I don't like to think about that physically, but yeah. The underlying theme, right, is really expressing the light of your joy. And that's why it's an underlying theme, because without the light of the sun, your subconscious is trolling the F out of you, and you're falling for certain delusions and personal biases. But this light of objectivity here now helps you truly gain the best of both worlds, and you're going to be mastering your psychic abilities. It enables you to kind of tap into objective proofs or truths that you have challenged yourself to repeatedly be able to show receipts for, while still enabling you to go deeper into your subconscious and trust your dreams, right? Someone like Dreaming with Tess, who literally has precognitive dreams. The sun brings so much more light and understanding, not only to the nature of them, but the moon card here is you not being burdened by the expectations of as a people, because you're walking the path that you are meant to walk, your true path, unrestricted. And that's where this joy is coming from, fam. It's like, because you have this light you're shining, you can walk this lifelong path of balancing your conscious and subconscious. You feel me? Like, you don't have to be burdened by the traditions and expectations of your culture and society. I really want to say you can do whatever the fuck you want, but the emphasis really more is really banging out awesome with psychic powers and abilities. Let me stop sugarcoating this, guys. You're gonna see your psychic powers. Your psychic powers have been trolling you because, you know, once again, by certain illusions and frames that may have been conditioned and placed in your mind, you may just not have been able to recognize that certain experiences are repeatedly happening because you keep inducing them, but you may not know you're inducing them. So you're going to actually see that these synchronicities and abilities you have aren't really just in your head, and most of you knew that, but now you're going to like see it, and it's going to be like, oh snap, and you're like, oh snap, and it's going to be like, ooh, okay. So with that being said, this is a clapback edition, and I'm not going to front. Chiron in Aries is involved, Pluto in Capricorn, and Mars in Cancer is involved. So someone may get clapped. And if they do get clapped, and you know why they got clapped, especially if they did you wrong, shh, that stays in this portal. 24 hours, within 24 hours. Okay, I'm just saying, it is what it is. All I will say is that if they get clapped, then they probably wanted you dead, so they probably should have gotten clapped. But it is what it is. This may also facilitate instant transformations. If you see that someone was a certain way before and then all of a sudden they just like switch and it looks unnatural, then it means that whatever they were doing before was inauthentic. So you just kind of like killed the inauthenticity, and now that you're seeing a more authentic. It's going to be very potent, guys. Now, on top of that, before we begin, if there are any wishes, if there are any intentions, once again, I want you to set them as the person who is living it, and see how that impacts your relationships with people. And watch if that doesn't hyper accelerate that intention as you walk out of this. Let's get it started. Boom. this, guys. I'm charged the fuck up. A few things. I channeled a lot, and I feel like you channeled a whole lot too. That's vague as hell to say. But with that being said, uh, when I do the cosmic connection, what I usually do is after you, of course, tuned in or we've tuned in and then grounded down, right? I connect you with the planets. Like the cosmic connection is kind of like the equivalent of just imagining we raise our consciousness and just touch these levels of the planets. Just a intentional exercise. What I did this time was I summoned 3 primordial class entities in order to serve as our base and max out that power. So I kind of feel like zoning right now. It's not necessary, but did you feel that? Did you feel like this was significantly more powerful than previous? For those of you who felt that nuance, then this Libra season is going to reflect that considerably as well. And the channeling was just as powerful. First of all, welcome, Shelly Bronchell, to the Eternal Vibe Tribe. These cosmic energy tune-ups are Eternal Vibe Tribe exclusives. It's our first tier. So for those of you who want to catch the replay for this, this has unlimited replay value. You can play it whenever you want. You can use it as a time capsule and make it whatever you want. It is now, of course, an intentional exercise with 170 plus people tapped into this one. So really, you can replicate these results and see how it applies in different seasons as well. But with that being said, shout out to those of you guys who felt it. Because you guys are fucking powerful as well, it reverberated back. And anyway, as I was, doing the chakras, here are the messages I got through each chakra. Crown chakra, believe no evil. Now, before I go down the crown chakras, what I also channeled during the cosmic connection is this tune-up has taken an adventure time flavor signature that's going to be a quality of it. And the math behind that is Libra sun is, of course, integrating 150 to 180 degrees from Jupiter. But even though this isn't how you calculate it, you can see Jupiter as the 9th house of adventure from the sun in Libra during this 30-day phase that we're going to activate. That means, unlike the classic Aries and Jupiter 9th house, or unlike the classic 9th house Sagittarius to the Aries, which is that individual exploring outside of their neighborhood and meeting different cultures, right? This is you partnering with someone and going on neighborhood adventures over the next 18 days. This is going to be nothing you can escape, but tapped into your fortune. And it's nothing you have to initiate, although you may have already initiated it. The reason why I'm saying you may not have to initiate it is you probably already initiated it. But you're going to perhaps develop key relationships with certain people in your Gemini neighborhood. Neighborhood can mean that you're traveling to other countries and places, but just keep that in mind. That seems to be the theme of this. And now we're going to do a very quick 3-pile card. We'll do a 3x3 matrix. The card that you pick is going to be your conscious and subconscious decision of what path you're walking down this Libra season. Okay, so let's say we have the outcome. We have the theme of the superpower being unlocked, whether that's a God power, natural power, superpower, right? And the lesson of the eclipse for you. What is the power of the eclipse? What is the new character you're unlocking? Okay, so I also picked up that for those of you who surrendered all your cards, okay, I'm the dealer, right? So the casino offered to give you a card on the house. So once you leave the broadcast, the cards you gave away are going to be reintroduced to you. We did the clapback, right? Certain cards that are compromised, right? they're going to come up and you are going to deal with it. Every other card is going to be reintroduced to where you've been tuned up to right now. Okay. But the house wants to give you a card. So this is going to introduce to you as a theme of a relationship. We're going to put this here for now. All right. But what we'll say is until then, these are what I channeled with the chakras. Crown chakra, believe no evil. Okay. This is going to have you come into a claircognizant understanding of who you're dealing with at any given point in time based on the actions that they take towards you. And that brings us to the third eye message: see no evil. So your third eye is just going to have people snitch to you. Like your mind is going to be processing the deeper meaning and ulterior motive behind everyone's actions. You've done this your whole life, but this tune-up is going to hyper accelerate, almost like a quickening of sorts, of this alignment in conjunction with this unlocking of the next stage of your character. And you would be able to see people's ulterior motives of like wanting the best for you. So I'm not saying ulterior motive in a bad way. You're just not going to be able to turn it off. So if you want to turn it off, I apologize. If some of you, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm picking up some of you may have spent a long time in your life keeping it off because it was on at a certain time in your life, and it just triggered it back on and started to turn off. So the throat chakra we have is speak no evil. And this is now really cool with Jupiter and Gemini, because now there's an enhanced functionality that you can experience through your throat, where personally you're able to now translate what you see and voice it so that it will now bring to the surface what needs to be dealt with. And this is going to be cool for some of you that are going to continue to see glitches where you're going to just be calling it out. And like, you have to understand the people that you're calling it out to aren't aware that you already see what you see. So it's going to throw them off guard every time. I feel like some of you are going to have really a lot of fun with it, and others of you may abuse it, and others of you may not tap into it enough. But there's really not enough or more than enough. So just keep that in mind. Like all right. So speak no evil, right? Then the heart chakra is love no evil. All right. That's really just going to balance the other six. The solar plexus chakra is fear no evil. All right. The sacral plexus was feel no evil, and the root chakra is stand no evil. Stand on no evil principles. Nothing you stand on being evil. That was pretty cool. But yeah, other than that, I got this increasing feeling that you're being hawked and stalked by agents. There was an emergency feeling to this tune-up, like, peace dealer, make sure you not in leading up to it. It wasn't until I actually started doing it. It was like oh shit, like you felt like Neo in the first scene of The Matrix, where he didn't know that there were agents on his way, and you're on his phone with Morpheus, like, hey, you get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Right. So like, I don't think you have anything to worry about, but I think you're going to be increasingly aware of the conflict you, in conjunction with the collective around you, are headed into. And I think it's going to be freaking amazing because you're very powerful. There's this dynamic that is activating, which may feel like it's moving faster than you're comfortable with, but you'll learn is actually up to your speed. So you're getting used to your new speed of being able to do everything. It's like driving a car at 30 miles an hour more than you're used to, but you realize, oh, okay, this is actually more my speed now. I hope that wasn't a stupid analogy. So, all right, we do have the Hierophant. Oh, I was not expecting this. If we got the Lovers, I'd be like, sexy time. We got the Hierophant. This, for some of you, is going to be marriage. For others of you, this is a relationship with an organization, like a church or like a gang or like a street gang, all right? but that has solid principles that hold every member down. This could be a book club. This could actually be an organization leader, even maybe of a cult. But the Hierophant here, as an underlying theme, is talking about commitment to a status quo defined by both parties, that really gives this a solid ground to stand on. So this looks like something that might be pretty long lasting. This can also incorporate existing partnerships and a new state in that as well. So what else do we pick up? The keys of knowledge. This is going to, you'll know who, if this applies to a certain person, you'll know who. Thank you, Shelly Show, because they put you on to so much knowledge. And I don't mean in the way where like they're giving you miscellaneous facts or bringing things that they may have picked up. They're putting you on to established disciplines that they created and manifested themselves and understand at a higher level. It's like they're putting you on. They're giving you keys to knowledge. You may find that you take on this role, and that's how you'll know this is the the gift from the house. Okay, in fact, we can even also say that's an underlying theme, and this is the gift from the house. You ready? Oh my God, the Hangman, the house, the Hangman. This is the card of surrender. So this is the card the house gave you for surrendering. All right, the Hangman. So it's actually not saying that you have to surrender now, because you surrendered. This Hierophant Hangman is a relationship with an individual, a society, a collective that surrenders to you. All right, that is surrendered and committed to you, the house, because you surrendered your cards to the house in order to aid in this tune-up. You're going to connect with devotion. Surrender versus commitment. Surrender plus commitment, the Hierophant plus the Hangman, is devotion. That is a key signal. So for those of you, if it applies to a specific person, we want to look at the knowledge and the keys and the commitment and the establishment, marriage for some. But this person is going to fully surrender to you, and it's going to transform both of how, right? It could even be and signal mutual surrender as well. So I think that's going to transform completely what commitment looks like to you, where you start to see like, wow, like the way this person is treating you, it's going to transform the way you look at how everyone else treats you, if that makes sense. I feel something very deep here. And it's committed on solid ground and morals, but like really, really, all right, I literally see you now, like looking at other people like, what the fuck? How could I have ever tolerated this type of behavior from you, this type of behavior from you, but yeah, that was beautiful. All right, so we have pile 1, 2, and 3 right here. Okay, the pile you pick is going to show what this Libra season eclipse is going to be for you, and the results of your tune-up. Okay, so pile uno. The first card we have is, what is the character you're harvesting and unlocking for this eclipse? Ooh, ooh, ooh. They call this the Diddy now. So you could be an underworld auditor. All right. The devil card here, I'm not going to call you a freak, but you're a smooth criminal. And are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? And are you okay? Are you okay? I have to sing this. Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? That is one of the greatest songs ever in history. A smooth criminal, you've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal. Does he say that you've been struck by, or does he say you've been hit by twice? We're not even gonna go there. Yep, yep. If you pick pile one, you are a good villain. You are getting ready to hit your villain era. Some of you, this is your get back arc. It's not gonna be that long, maybe a good 6 months at most a year. But some of you have get back to do in this world. Some of you, you have a villain era you haven't tapped into. All right, this is very important because this is the character arc you're unlocking. You may have to deal with certain nefarious figures in order, whether for the pursuit of truth or to unlock facets of yourself that need integration. Okay, this could be a designated role you're playing. What this is going to teach you is the consequence of your powers and how if you let materialism get to your head, you can become the next diddler. But if not, you can still embrace it while still regulating it. But the character I'm getting here is smooth criminal. All right, all right. I can resist. So we do have the superpower you are unlocking. Okay. What is the theme behind the power you're unlocking with? So it's a superpower that's unlocking power for all of us. All right. So what is that? Let us see. Ooh, we have alchemy, temperance. I like that. Sagittarius. So we had Capricorn with the devil. Now we have Sagittarius. So this temperance card is definitely talking about moderation. Now, ooh, this hits home so well, dude. This is beautiful. Moderation is a card about like not going cold turkey to quit cigarettes, but not smoking cigarettes every day. This card has to come with this card because the devil card is like being able to be around a nightlife industry, but you practice temperance. So like you're not getting drunk every night. You know what I mean? But you'll still smoke a cigar. You'll still drink, you know what I'm saying, a glass of wine. So this actually, Paul One, you're a cold motherfucker. You're a smooth criminal. Like you're the type of person that can probably do a little bit of ketamine and still go to a $1 million business meeting and kill it. You know what I mean? Like, or you know what I mean? And maybe you sell a bit of coke on the side, but like, you have it all in you have it all in balance. This is also really beautiful too, because um alchemically, I'm not going to focus on it's you could apply it towards transmutation, but it's once again a really healthy balance between your subconscious and conscious, bringing subconscious ideas and themes into the conscious, 1 foot on land, 1 foot in the water. So yeah, so far this is very interesting because this is a character you're destined to unlock. It's almost as if God is taking you towards the darkness and you are unlocking this ability to not be consumed by these elements by being able to balance them. Complementary opposites. You keep the light and the dark. All right, which is really badass, yo. And we do have judgment, which is not surprising. Awakening. You're bringing the reckoning to the dark. All right, you're bringing the reckoning to the devils of this world, and I think it's a noble path that you're walking on this justice season. That's why I said I feel like you're the good villain. Shout out to Janarian. Once you said you picked this pile, it just clicked. I was like, okay. So gotta play the role. You feel me? So the practicing of your temperance is gonna allow you to go as deep and dark as you can because you're on that You're literally tricycling on that tightrope. And judgment is a full-on awakening of you, and I feel you're awakening other people. But what I'm picking up is reckoning, like you're bringing their reckoning. All right, which is once again fucking badass. All right, so pile 2. What is the character that you are unlocking? I was gonna say awakening, but I corrected myself and said unlocking. God. Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. Who picked 2? Please get off. Please get out. We're going to just skip to 3. This is crazy. So, part 1 was very interesting, right? Pile 2, you are psychic as fuck. When we get synchronicities like this, like, you mean to tell me 2 got pile 2, like pile 2 got number 2, like, don't do this psychic shit like that. Y'all, if you pick pile 2, y'all always be doing that slick shit. Like, oh, by the way, I had a chicken sandwich this morning, and you knew I just woke up from a dream eating chicken sandwiches. Y'all motherfuckers, stop doing that slick shit. I feel like there's how you feel you eating with that, and there's just how it comes off. Then you do that smile and walk away. And you don't even allow me to ask, how did you know I had a dream of chicken sandwich? Stop. Pile 2, I already feel how this reading about to go. So you're psychic as fuck. The reason why I'm pulling this card is I think some of you don't even understand how fucking psychic you are. Like, if you pick pile 2, you have countless examples of you like casually performing precognition. Literally, you have receipts of, oh, I feel like this is going to happen. And it happens because your intuition is its own superpower, fam. So like this role as the high priestess or even priest for some of you, priestess is really just pertaining to the spirituality that branches from the Hierophant, right? Where with the underlying the Hierophant, I think you're going to connect with more organization, but it's like you doing your own spirituality. It's like being a santo, right? You're directly connecting. And the reason why this is important is some of you don't realize there's a much more applicable and practical way you can quite literally use your intuition. Like, if you knew your intuition was so on point, you could actually sports bet with it practically. Maybe that's not the best application, but you can literally help police officers. I don't think some of you realize that police officers are looking for you to sell cold cases. You could be a bounty hunter with this. You can literally know who murdered who. Like, but this as a role is also really speaking towards sanctifying yourself and dedicating yourself more to your connection with God, the universe, source. Because that's what a high priestess really does. If you think about it, like, the high priestess is like a homebody or someone who is at home in the temple, because they can go to the bar, they can enjoy themselves, but they instead surrender that time to God. This is why they're holy. This is why they have much more powerful psychic powers. Like, there's a lot of people who call themselves the high priestess, but like, there you have actual high priestesses. You feel me? Shout out to Devin. Shout out to Shelly Bombshell. Right? Shout out to Dreaming with Tess. It's very amazing because it's going to redefine how psychic you know yourself to be. I also want to say, you know how from the outside looking in, you may think you look away or sound away because you're just so used to hearing yourself and being yourself. That's like you with your psychic abilities. Okay. So like, there's a veil on yourself where you don't even fully realize how psychic you really are. And that's what's going to really unlock. Okay. So that's really beautiful. This could also be, for some of you, pile one, the devil could be who you unlock this relationship with, right? And you're bringing the temperance to balance. So, like for pile one, you may not be the smooth criminal. You may actually be unlocking the smooth criminal. That's another way you can look at this, where these cards are the relationship dynamics you unlock. So for pile two, the high priestess could be, the archetype of someone who you're connected with, who's surrendering to you. That's so if you pick pile one, it's the devil that's surrendering to you. And that's why you have temperance to help deal with that, right? And bring the reckoning. If it's pile two, the high priestess is surrendering to you. And the superpower you're unlocking is strength, sexual fun, and frolics, baby. This is a mastery of lust. And it also really just represents infinite passion towards infinite strength towards one's passions. All right. Once again, it's a lot of fun. I think this is really cool because I think you're going to really unlock more chakra and more energy that will sharpen how your spiritual gifts and abilities. This is also very personal. Like the Lovers card is going to be a lot more sexual and romantic. This is like a personal form of like fun and hints of romance where like you're connecting with someone or people who they speak your language, an inside joke, right? You share synchronicities with them. All right, this is really interesting though. For pile one, I'm picking up more of that darker masculine. For pile two, I'm picking up more of the creative, intuitive, right? And definitely doesn't have to be strictly feminine, but yeah, it's not only psychic, it's deceptively strong, right? So pile two, be mindful of like a skinny woman, a skinny girl who looks dainty. I use the word dainty, that looks, you know what I'm saying, um, frail or looks, kind of whatever, but she can lift a car. She could actually lift a car with her hand when no one's looking. You feel me? So it's like just like in the anime, like the skin is very dense, right? But yeah, super strength. Pile two, you're unlocking super strength that's going to further enhance your intuitive capabilities. This super strength could literally manifest as being in a party and everyone is like tired after dancing literally all night and you don't get tired. You're just like, yo, I could still go all day. You're right. Like you have this unlimited passion towards what it is that brings you joy, and there's going to be an esoteric and spiritual layer and nuance that makes a lot of what you produce and do trigger synchronicities in other people. The outcome we have for you is the Emperor. Wow. So 10 toes down, you're going to really establish great authority on this. Um, the Lovers, I can say this with, but this does look like if we got the Lovers, I would say this is like the passion pot. Like you can follow your passions, but I get this with this too. For those of you with spiritual businesses, for those of you with musical careers, for those of you with hobbies and passions, you're going to be able to basically stand 10 toes down on this. It's like, imagine the way you make a living is doing what you're fucking good at. You know what I mean? Like you're able to actually live very comfortably, and you get to travel where you want, do what you want, work with who you want. You're your own lawyer, you represent your own self, right? And you're very much so in touch with your craft, which is also really dope. So I really like that outcome. This Libra season is going to really anchor that through ya. Last but not least, y'all, we have pile three. So, okay, what is the character you're unlocking? Um, and what is a possible relationship archetype that is going to unlock for you? Like this person could be who you're going to partner with, right? Um, Also, what we want to say is imagine what I picked up with pile three and all the piles, but it came in pile three. So we'll see what we pick. What I just had an image of is when you play a video game and the character is locked, you can't pick the character. Well, now you've unlocked it. Oh, the Fury General, this is exclusive to Eternal Vibe Tribe members. Okay. So, yeah, that's the first tier. But I'll probably leave it up for the rest of today before I make it exclusive. So yes, you are unlocking a new playable character. Whether this is someone who you meet or it's a facet of you, the Hermit. Ooh, this is a bad motherfucker. Psych, that was the devil. This is a master. I was gonna say a nerdy motherfucker, but that's why I said they're a bad motherfucker. Like this one does their own stunts. Yeah. This one doesn't have stunt doubles. Yeah. Uh this is not you isolating yourself and not being social. This is you following your own word. So like you have cultivated your own wisdom and experience that is going to have you embody this mastery of self with your specialist abilities and skills. Um, for some of you, this could be someone who reflects this as well, like a PhD or a master's in a field that not many people have achieved, or even if so, they're really nice with it. Um, the Magician, the Hierophant, and the Hermit are the three magician cards. So this is more, analytical mastery here. Some of you will walk the path of the Hermit as well. And find your personal bliss here. It is literally being led by your word and that lamp and light. Um, I get this I get this feeling like you're cultivating and preserving something that isn't ready to be known because certain people haven't reached that level of understanding. So you're fostering that as you build more around it to allow the rest of society to get there. And the power we're unlocking is the lovers. Oh, sneaky link, freaky, freaky. So this is cool because this is the power of love. I can't believe I have to say the power of love back to back. This is now absolute mastery over what you're passionate about and what you genuinely love. Okay. Um, this doesn't have to be tied to a career, but you are unlocking this power to have sex with anyone you want. Now, listen here. I was just ranting about this to myself before. In case you guys don't know, Libra moons, Libra suns, Venus Libras, uh, maybe even Mars Libra. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. Libra risings, they all have a superpower. They're ruled by the goddess of beauty. Imagine if you had the power to have sex with anyone you want to. Like, well, technically, this power is you can anyone you can get anyone to have sex with you. I don't know if Libras make that obvious, but like, yes, okay, like it's a superpower, it's a Venusian charm. And like, imagine if you had the ability to have sex with whoever you want. You can share this lovers. That's kind of interesting. And with the Hermit card here, it's even more interesting because there seems to be an internal shift in the way that this is being expressed. So whether it's low key or whatnot, it's a very personal feeling. I see a sharing of idiosyncrasies and eccentricities that may make any connections during this period more personal and more fruitful. The inside joke vibe, once again, like with Paul too, but this even more so. I knew the Lover's card was going to come out. I felt that too. I really do. So we do have the outcome, evolution, the Wheel of Fortune. So, you know, with cards like this and maybe the Ten of Cups, there's a very hush, hush, low key level. I think that's why I was feeling, I didn't want to say melancholy, but it's like, I feel like you're putting on resting bitch face and you're not really keying people into the fact that maybe you won hundreds of millions of dollars and you just got into a marriage with someone. I think you might be not letting people know that you're happy as fuck because maybe you understand how some people may want to ruin that happiness or just stick their nose into your business, and you're not stupid and you just kind of know how to be low key. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is talking about winning the lottery. It's talking about full on evolution. It's definitely speaking of this sense and nature of expansion and fortune in your life. And with the Lover's card, it's unlocking this power of union. You can connect your mind and heart and bring this excitement and stimulation mentally and sexually to situations. I feel like you got the power of sex. So there's that too. But the Wheel of Fortune is interesting with the Hermit because it just gives me the impression that there's an internalization of this evolution. But what I feel that that means realistically is you're going to win the lottery and you're not going to tell anybody. And you're probably going to get in a relationship and just be rich and happy, and you're not going to tell anybody. And I think that is so good for you. I think that is awesome. So we're going to do the supernatural breakthrough tip and the past, present, future of this tune-up. Oh yeah, there will always be signs with Sag, for sure. For sure. Okay. Yeah, this is a cool tune-up. This is a cool tune-up. All right, the supernatural breakthrough tip we have is the Tower card. Once you break free from this broadcast, there's going to be a sudden change and shift, sudden enlightenment. The Tower card here is bringing instant realization that will shake up the ground you're walking on. So what this is pretty much telling me as a tip is what's going to help you break through is there's no time to think about this. This isn't something that you're going to read a book to do. It's just going to happen to you. You're just going to adapt. Like you are not going to know when you win the lottery instantly. It's just going to happen right now. Boom. I just told you. Boom. That's what it's going to like feel like, right? So this isn't, people always ask, is the Tower a bad thing? The Tower is neither good or bad. The reaction to you winning the lottery suddenly or reacting to a sudden pregnancy, it depends on how you adapt to it, whether you make it the best thing ever or the worst thing ever. But I will say this is sponsored by Enlightenment. Could be a twin flame realization too. All right, the past we do have is the Empress. So you have been harvesting this beauty and abundance that stems and can only come from you. At present, we do have the Strength too. So this is going to have you now take these investments in yourself and charge up more success or passion for them. This is going to have you focus more on your passions and how much more fun you could be having. And we do have the Fool card. So you're getting ready to hit the reset button and go down a brand new adventure here, which with the Tower card is going to bring a leap of faith that you must just abandon everything and go towards. So I kind of like that. I like these odds. I like what we're messing with here. I think that's pretty dope. Tower and Fool. I think this is going to be exceptionally exciting. If somebody told you to drop everything and go with them on a trip to Paris or to Zimbabwe or all around the world, would you hesitate, and why haven't you gone yet? All right. If you barely know them, even better. You stay blessed, guys. And until next time.